the idea of differentiated aspects is really interesting to me, where there are aspects of our character that have become so highly developed they separate themselves off. And it's almost like, they're separated. They're separated off from the other aspects of our being. An idea about this might be where someone's very comfortable at work, but they have very little experience being at rest and being at peace and not having some task to do. And it can cause them to feel very, very uncomfortable because they're not used to it. So they're a really highly developed worker, but there's no downtime. There's no at peace time where everything is just as it needs to be. And in fact, everything just as it needs to be, for this example, might be a bunch of tasks to be done. It's a rather manic phase. The type A personality might fit into this example I'm giving. Now, Carl Jung was dealing with sick individuals, patients who had a problem where there was some highly developed aspect in a person that has caused a major neglect of another area. And this neglected area is now contaminating, reaching through, rushing up, erupting, and frustrating all of the movements of the highly developed. And it's about bringing the two closer together and making them whole. And what I've come to view is that in our life there seems to be a destiny where we don't know what's going to happen next, but something deep inside of us comes through to prepare us for that next phase happening. We don't know what it's going to be, but somehow life finds a way to prepare us for what's going to be happening. And it can be really terrible. And that reminds me of some other studies where, resistance can really cause tremendous cataclysm. The resistance to the integration of new aspects of our character that aren't very well developed. And, it reminds me of someone who's really afraid of speaking in front of people up on a stage. It can be almost life-threatening for some people. But with practice and practice and practice, it gets better. And we can learn a whole new aspect to ourselves. It can change everything about us. Integrating some new vehicle of expression. And I find it interesting, this differentiation, because it seems related to physics in that we live in the field of relativity, which Jeffrey Wolf Green terms in his book Pluto, Volume 2. He interchanges relativity with relationship in that book. So it's a field of relationships. So he's got some Eastern studies behind him, and Campbell goes in depth into Eastern thought. And the idea is that the world is an illusion of separateness. This principle of individuation, where everything separates itself out, is only a surface phenomena, but down below everything is connected. And the idea is that the world the universe, the creator, whatever terms you want to put on it, split itself off so that it could have experience. And that experience cannot be had in outside of space and time. So space and time were both created in order to have experience. What is being experienced? Differentiated aspects of the one self. So ultimately we're all one, but in space-time we're all separate.